Welcome back to social science classes. In previous classes, we are discussing about the Mauryan Empire. In that, we could have discussed about the Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya, the last days of Chandragupta Maurya has spent in Shravana Bedagula. He embraced or he has taken the Salekana Rata and passed away itself. The next ruler we are talking about here, the great emperor Ashoka. Ashoka's ruling period is 273 to 232 BCE. The most popular emperor of India in form of this from this dynasty. He was the Ashoka is the son of Bindusara. He was governor of Ujjain and Takshashila during his father's regime. He suppressed an uprising at Takshashila after the death of his father Bindusara. It is said that Ashoka had killed all his 99 brothers to assume the throne as per Buddhist tradition. Buddhist tradition says that he has killed his 99 brothers. Probably there was an internal war among the brothers about 4 years. It is assumed that he has ascended the throne in the year 269 BCE. He waged a war against Kalinga 8 years later. This was the only war waged by him after becoming a king. Here you are seeing the region was occupied by the Mauryan empires. The next we are going to talk about Kalinga war. After the king we said the first war and the last war also waged by Ashoka. Ashoka declared war on Kalinga, who refused to accept the rule of Mauryan Empire in the year of 261 BCE. The 13th rock inscription of Ashoka provides more information on this battle. This battle we are getting the information about the 13th rock inscription. According to this, Ashoka declared war on Kalinga 8 years after assuming the throne. In this battle, 150,000 prisoners were taken, 1 lakh people died, many more became refugees. Though Kalinga won by Ashoka, he was disturbed by the death and pain of the battle, and he decided to not wage war thereafter. He considered victory. Religion is better than the victory in the battlefield. He went to the repentance on seeing the devotion created by the war, on being inspired by Buddhism. He dedicated remaining life to spread the messages of peace, and he has embraced the Buddhism. What is the Ashoka and Buddhism? See, Ashoka accepted the Buddhism after the Kalinga war. Okay, he made donations to Buddhist monasteries and viharas. He prohibited the killing of animals and birds in his kingdom. Ashoka declared all his citizens are his children. He declared that all should be loyal to their parents and respect their elders and gurus. He wanted people to show compassion to poor and slave too. His policy was live and let live. He appointed officers named Dharma Mahamatra to preach the principles of Buddhism. He installed inscriptions all across the kingdom to preach the messages of Buddhism. Preachers were sent to the other countries as well. A person named Rakshita was sent to Banavasi, and another person named Mahadeva was sent to Mysuru, that is Mahishamandala. He also sent his son Rahula and daughter Sangamitra to Sri Lanka. In the year of 250 BCE, he organized the third Buddhist conference at Pataliputra. Whatever the Ashoka's inscription says, the Ashoka called as the father of inscription. Till today his inscription are the first inscription to be read. In the year of 1839 CE, a British officer, James Prinsep, read the Ashoka's inscription for the first time. In all inscription, instead of his name, his titles Devanapriya or Priyadarshini were used. Instead of the Ashoka's name, the title name Devanapriya or the Priyadarshini were used. Charles Bedon, a British engineer, read his inscription at Maski of Raichuru in the year of 15 CE. In this inscription, Devanapriya Priyadarshi Ashoka reference appears for the first time. Based on it, decided Devanapriya and Priyadarshi are the same letter. Later in other inscription, the name of Ashoka appears. So Ashoka inscription are found in Brahmagiri of Chitradurga district of Karnataka. The symbol depicted in the pillar of Saranatha used national emblem of India. Ashoka's inscription are available 45 places across the Indian subcontinent and Afghanistan with their 181 version. In most of the parts of Maurya Empire, the inscription are in Brahmi script or Prakrit script. Some of the inscription are northwest are in the Aramic language and Kharoshthi language. In Afghanistan, they are in Aramic and Greek scripts. They are in the Brahmi script also. This is about the Ashoka Empire. The next classes we are going to learn about the economic system during Mauryan period. What are the social, administrative system, art and architecture, and Kushanas. Thank you for watching video. Have a great day ahead.